GM, everyone. It's weird to be back. It's been a minute since I've been live, guys. Obviously, if you don't know, I've been on a little bit of a family holiday. I've got two weddings overseas in Europe. I'm about 3 weeks into the 5 week trip, so I'll be home in about 2 weeks' time. So super excited. Massive shout out to obviously Craig for hosting the GC Crypto stream every single day. I do miss being on there. So I'm definitely pumped to get back home and get back to the normal streaming routine and start getting some content out there because the market, yeah, look, the market's hot. So I mean, if you have any questions, guys, if you want to talk about anything specific at the end of the stream, obviously, as you can see here, this one is a partnership in collab with VeChain, and we're going to talk about a few exciting things there. But obviously, if you want to talk more broadly, we can discuss anything at the end of the stream. Obviously, that is what I love to do. I love to trade everything. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you would like to do that at the end of the stream. You can chuck a question up there and I can answer it, or we can look at some charts at the end if that is something that you are interested in. But yeah, let me know. But yeah, good to be back, guys. Good to be back. But obviously, yeah, this one today. So in partnership with obviously VeChain, so massive shout out to them for reaching out more recently. Essentially, what I wanted to do with them is just help provide some more marketing. So it's a partnered segment with VeChain. There will be 2 streams plus a couple of promotional tweets as well, just more so to create awareness. I think a big thing in crypto and what we've seen recently with marketing is a big shift into proper reputation, those sorts of things. So I've been looking into VeChain ecosystem. They've been doing a lot. And obviously have really bounced back more recently compared to where they were last cycle. So a big focus on utility over hype, and we'll discuss that obviously throughout this short stream. But obviously, as I said before, part of this segment, I'm working in collab with them to bring some exciting new developments about their ecosystem. Like all my content, guys, not financial advice. Okay, that's my tweets, that's my videos, that's my streams. Nothing is financial advice, guys. It's for educational and entertainment purposes only. Now, all the official links to VeChain, all the new NFT staking, all these things that we're going to discuss today, StarGate docs, all of that is in the description on my YouTube video, so you can check that out down below. But as I said before, if you're keen to chat about anything after this little segment, we can definitely do that at the end of the stream. All right, let me pull up my screens and let's see if this wants to work. It always does this now. All right, anyways, so we're going to dive into VeChain, guys, just talk about some of the exciting prospects that they currently have going on in their ecosystem. But basically, what is VeChain? So VeChain is an enterprise-grade L1 focused on real-world usage, so supply chain, sustainability, data, all those sorts of things. And essentially, it has dual tokens. So it has VET, which we'll look at the chart towards the end of the video or the stream. And it obviously has the gas token, so VTHO. So basically, the platform uses these dual token systems, so the VeChain token and obviously the VTHO, which is the VeChain Thor energy token, as the gas token, with the VeChain token being more for the governance of the actual chain. And value transfer throughout its ecosystem. But allowing the smart contracts and obviously all the different things that occur within its ecosystem, this allows VeChain to be used very in a scalable way. So we're going to talk about that very much throughout this stream. But why does burning the VTHO? This is a big question I always have as well. So like, why would you separate your tokens? Why would you have dual tokens? So basically, VTHO equals the gas. So every transaction that is burned will burn a portion of VTHO. So thus more usage. So more uses of the VeChain chain, the blockchain, allows more burning of said token. So if the demand for the block space rises faster, then obviously the net supply pressure turns downwards. Fees stay stable, and that allows the VeChain to tune in economics to keep transaction costs very predictable. Even obviously, if VeChain, its actual self price action is a bit of volatility with that. So that's what makes this one sort of separate to a lot of other L1s out there. It actually has its governance token, obviously its gas token as well. Now, why am I talking about VeChain right now? Essentially, there's a lot going on. So it's, as I said before, it's to help sort of bring exposure to their ecosystem, but more decentralized, compliance ready, setting up for the institutional wealth that we've really seen this cycle. Okay, you've seen it with BTC, you've seen it with ETH. We've obviously got even more on the horizon with a range of different altcoins and ETFs out there. So a big shift is obviously getting that institutional wealth embedded into what you're looking at in your ecosystem. And then obviously towards that, you want to bring on more retail and essentially execute with utility over hype. A lot of things, particularly last cycle, like I've been around since 2016, and a lot of companies, a lot of projects a lot of tokens last cycle. They were always pretty much just based on hype, and a lot of them did not execute. And so, as we'll discuss shortly in this stream, guys, VeChain has definitely started to execute in a range of different ways. So some of the utility that they're going after, obviously, is to scan and verify products, so using QR codes and all those sorts of things, and determine which ones are real, which ones are fake. They obviously have cold chain proof, so sensors that log temperatures on chain for food or pharmaceuticals. That's crazy. Obviously, sustainability is the third one as well. So real ecosystem, eco actions, recorded, not just marketing. They have service history that you can record on there. So cars, services, etc., of maintenance logs, all that sort of stuff. And then lastly, obviously, enterprise rails. So custody and payments so that big companies can actually use it at a scalable level to what they're dealing with. Okay, so massive news recently, but obviously two of the big sort of institutional partnerships that they've had more recently is in conjunction with Franklin Templeton, which is one of the world's largest asset managers with over $1.7 trillion, guys, in assets under management. So that's huge to actually see that VeChain is scalable. It obviously has, as I said before, the gas token to help make the VeChain token deal with, obviously, the amount of demand that this sort of brings, which is fantastic to see. And then obviously they also have partnered more recently with crypto.com, again, to expand their institutional and custody support out there. So that's great to see for those two partnerships within its ecosystem. Now, obviously, staking has become a big, DeFi in general is a massive part of crypto at the moment. And I think it's really starting to pay dividends. Not, again, staking is very risky. Please do your own research. As always, this is not financial advice. But staking in general is becoming very much DeFi. Let's call it DeFi. So DeFi is a massive part of crypto these days because depegging of currencies, we've got the devaluation of currencies, we've got interest rates, all these sorts of things, and people are rather trying to keep their money on chain. So these sorts of things are fantastic, obviously, to see and development of each of these ecosystem. And so what VeChain's really done is integrate StarGate more recently. So basically you stake VET, so the token, you mint a Delegator NFT, and we'll look at some stats on this very shortly. You earn a node reward, base rewards are claimable, and then you're unstaking that burns the NFT at the end of it. So you never keep that NFT, you only keep it, obviously, if you are staking. Obviously, check it out down below. I'm not going to promise any APYs like a lot of other protocols out there like to do. This is all obviously just in-house, giving you marketing about sort of how this project is going and some exciting things that are happening over there. But they have a lot more information, as I said, down below in the StarGate docs and the app as well. So we'll take a look at the app. So this is obviously the website. Here, this is what it looks like. Okay, you get these little NFTs, which are kind of dope, cool art, obviously. And then, as I said before, it burns it if you do decide to unstake your NFT. Here are the docs. Obviously, you can go to this. This is in the description, as I said before, on YouTube. But basically, NFT-based staking. So users stake their VET tokens, mint that unique NFT, and then obviously, if they decide to do that at the end, then it does burn the NFT over there. So you can read about it there. But obviously, this is what it looks like, obviously, when you connect and get the app going. You obviously have to use the VeChain wallet. So there are obviously other third-party wallets that you can use. Like Trust is quite a reputable one that I've used before as well. Exodus is another one that I've seen around for a while. But yeah, essentially the VeChain wallet itself is there if you'd like to add that. And then you come back and you connect your wallet. You stake your VET, like I said before, and you can start earning some VTHO rewards from your staked VeChain. So yeah, very cool concept, and I love seeing that across the board within its ecosystem. Now, some other exciting parts about the VeChain ecosystem is their, as I said before, their adoption in different ways. So as we like to see, you want to have utility in a range of different ways within your ecosystem to keep a range of different people. So retailers, institutional, wealth, all these sorts of things using your ecosystem, but obviously using your tokens, you're using the governance of said tokens, and essentially making it user-friendly for people worldwide. But basically, this is a marketplace. Well, not a marketplace, sorry, an app store. So again, this is VeBetter. So it's a marketplace for apps with purpose. If you have a scroll down, again, we're not going to spend too much time on this, but you can have a look through. They have a range of different apps on here. So they have the DApp on here. They obviously have things around cleaning, which is amazing. They obviously have smart chains on here. They have green as well, so sustainability shopping app. Okay, if we have a scroll down as well, they got non-fungible book clubs. It's been a real focus, and you guys know that I have been a streamer on Abstract for a long time. Base is doing stuff like this, so it's been a real focus, obviously, to think about it from a consumer lens. And so VeChain is definitely doing that with VeBetter as well. So definitely check that one out. They've got 40 plus live apps on there, tens of millions of sustainability actions that are tracked. This is where on-chain demand really does come from. So that's pretty massive as well. So why VeChain? Again, you want to be looking where the volume is, where the users are, and where the unique addresses are. Let me just have a drink of water, guys. But basically, if we have a look at some on-chain statistics, some on-chain analytics, let's have a look. So we got unique addresses. So as you can see here, we've got over 15, is it 15 mil? 13 mil. Yeah, about 13, 14 mil literally as of this week. And look at this steady increase. Okay, so that's been a massive part of their adoption. And again, why they're starting to give you that consumer-focused content, that consumer-focused app store, obviously the staking, all these sorts of things. So it's great to see that unique addresses is going up. We can add that with a little bit more. So transactions are going up. As you can see here, transactions from 2018 were super low. Okay, obviously had a spike in the 2019 cycle. Then obviously quite a steady rise, you could call it, all the way through to this year. So it's great to see that the adoption really is occurring at present time. And I mean, if you have a look, here are the NFTs as well. So activity of non-fungible tokens on the VeChain Thor blockchain. And as you can see, adoption is really starting to take off with their specific NFT staking and all those sorts of things. So really great to see across the board there. But yeah, we'll have a look at the chart now, obviously, because I love to look at charts, guys. You know me. So if we have a look at here, a lot of tokens have really showing. Look, it's been a tough cycle. Let's talk about. I'll be frank with you. This chart, obviously, it hasn't shown a lot of strength. Okay, it's very similar to the AVAX chart if we want to compare charts. But basically, what we have is lower highs ever since the Pico top of 2021. So I do think that this could potentially show some strength moving forward here. A bottom definitely is around that sort of 1.9 cents. So again, not financial advice. Would I be interested in maybe taking a trade here? Well, if we can start to flip this. So basically, this is a month. So each candle represents a month, guys. So Casa momentum is bottoming here. Excuse me. And obviously, if that does turn up, then potentially we do see a bit of a price action breakout here on low time frames. But I mean, if you have a look at a range, okay, we've got a clear range here as well over the past couple of years. So the top of the range would be about sort of 4.7, so 4.5 cents. Then the bottom of the range would obviously be about sort of 1.9 cents, which is just below where current price action is. So even if you want to, if you're a range-based trader, oh my gosh, it's been too long since I haven't spoken on stream. A range-based trader. So in other words, you prefer to extend, sort of trade the extensions of ranges. If we have a look here, okay, you could easily say that this is your range here. So you've got a couple of deviations down below, multiple touches here as well. So that level seems to be holding up very well around that sort of 0.018. And then obviously the top of this sort of area here, if we put it on the block there, that makes it a little bit cleaner as well. And that level is about the 4.7 mark. So 4.7 cents. So yeah, look, again, you know me, I love buying bottomed out charts. So potentially if we do see a sort of altcoin season where everything is seeing a bit of love. And if we do take a look, we've got increase in NFTs, we've got increase in transactions, we've got increase in unique addresses. So does that mean demand for actually buying the token comes in after that? Well, then usually that is what happens. So definitely a chart that I'm actually keeping an eye on. I don't mind this here, and I do like bottomed out charts as well, guys. So obviously the last couple of points that I want to talk about is just some of the network ecosystem resources that you can use. This is obviously the VeChain Explorer. So like any chain, okay, you can come here and actually check the blockchain itself, have a look through the blocks, have a look at how consistent it is, okay, the progress of each epoch, all these sorts of things, and the blocks. But yeah, that's basically type in the transaction, the account, the wallet address, the token that you're looking at, all on the VeChain blockchain. So basically that's all I wanted to cover today, guys. We've talked about price. We talked about what the ecosystem is talking about and building right now. We've talked about ecosystem metrics as well. We've obviously discussed some of the institutional partnerships, crypto.com and Franklin Templeton. So basically, that's all I wanted to cover. But basically, the one thing with staking, obviously, we discussed that earlier, is to do be aware of the risk, guys. So smart contract risk is always a big thing on chain. No matter what protocol you're using, what chain you're using, always be aware of that. Market risk as well. You never know what the market's doing. Crypto is very volatile, and unstaking rules as well. Do be aware, obviously. And you can go read the docs, as I alluded to earlier, about StarGate docs. Have a look, but they burn the NFT and those sorts of rules. So do be aware of what that is. And then obviously start small, read the docs, and then verify the links as I have put them in the description down below. But yeah, super excited to obviously partner with them more recently to get this content out to you and just to give you some real life sort of, this is what we want. We want utility projects like this. We don't want just BS. We don't want just hype projects. We want people that are actually building real world adoption. And that VeBetter, those apps, that looks pretty sick to me. So definitely something worth checking out. But yeah, if you like the thesis, guys, if you enjoyed what we discussed today, consider staking portion via StarGate. Links are down below in the YouTube description. And just a reminder, okay, this is a partnered segment. Please always do your own research. Partnered with VeChain. I'm working on collaboration with them to bring in light their ecosystem, essentially over 2 streams and a couple of tweets just to get that content out to you. But as always, not financial advice. Please do your own research. All my content on Twitter, YouTube, everything is for educational and entertainment purposes only. All right, guys. Yeah, massive shout out for everyone who's jumped in. Yeah, you reckon Keyblade, no troubles, mate. Yeah, VT. We had a look at the chart just before. I can bring it back up now as well. But yeah, you can check it back, as I just said. Yeah, you can go to YouTube, Greeny Trades, guys, and watch the replay of the past sort of 15 to 20 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. But outside that, guys, if there's any other questions more broadly now, I can talk for maybe 10 minutes about the rest of the market and what I've been doing. Obviously, I've been traveling more recently, so I haven't been as plugged in as I used to be. Or not even used to be, but just more recently because I have been traveling in Europe. I'm having such a sick time. Highly recommend. I just got back, not got back, but I just left Slovenia. Beautiful country. Highly recommend checking out Slovenia. Lake Bled, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in the world. So yeah, Europe's been fun, but I am keen to get back to Oz and start getting stuck into the ecosystems. So much is going on. There's always so much going on in crypto. It's a 24/7 market as well. But I'll do a quick brief on obviously the majors. But outside that, guys, if there's no other questions about VeChain, if there's no other questions about any specific parts of their ecosystem, or obviously any broad topics in crypto, guys, then I'll end the stream. And it's just a short and sweet one from me today. And then we'll do another one in a few days' time. And then I'll be back with Craig doing our daily stream in about 2 weeks' time as well. So probably going to be jet lag, so it'll be lots of fun. But yeah, we'll be back full time with Craigie Boy in about 2 weeks' time. So yeah, if we have a quick look at BTC, what's happening? We'll start on total because total's been showing a lot of strength more recently. So total crypto market cap breaking higher here, but we are seeing like exhaustion is starting to play out. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be a bear, not trying to create FUD, but I'm a realistic person, okay? And what we're looking at here is extension. Again, for the, like, if you look here, every time this is, what are we on? The monthly, every time the monthly stochastic does reach above the 80th percentile, we usually do see at least a period of time where it stays up there, but often that is marked as a significant, maybe not necessarily the top, but a significant local top. So if we have a look here, back in 2021, May, we had a significant top there. We even set a lower high where the all-time high was in November 2021. This was a huge rally from 15K all the way up to, what was that? Like, I don't even know. 75K, I think it was for BTC. So huge rally here as well. So we are getting back up here again. And if you do look, like, each move has been smaller. Like, there's a big move. Okay, bull flag, big move, bull flag. Not as big move. A little bit of a consolidation period, slightly move higher. So total crypto market cap, is there exhaustion here? We still have room here on the monthly. Let's have a look at the weekly. Weekly, yeah, we're above the weekly pivot as well. As you can see here, we have been floating up here for quite a long time. Let's look at the 3 months, just out of curiosity. Again, yeah, we're up at the 80th percentile. We are well above the pivot. This next 3 month close, it just happened, right? Yeah, it just happened. So yeah, we got room. Okay, we got room here. So before I get like properly bearish, we'd need to close below $3 trillion, which is quite. What's that, like that's a huge breakdown in price. So I don't think that happens, at least in October, at least in the next couple of months. Again, never say never, but this is a clear, as you can see here, like every time you start to go parabolic, okay, as you can see in 2021 as well, we do eventually break that and have a huge dump polar. Okay, it happened back here in 2017, 2018 as well. So something to be aware of. Look, I have a lot of opinions at the moment around what is happening in crypto. That's why partnering with VeChain is really epic, because what you're actually seeing is utility that is going to prolong just 2025. Okay, it's going to be here 5 years, 10 years down the track. What I mean and what I'm alluding to here is I think BTC is starting to depeg. I'm going to put a tweet up about the halving days. Actually, I'm going to talk about that soon. But I think BTC is starting to depeg from other crypto assets. So in other words, it can be treated as its own separate asset compared to ETH, compared to altcoins. And we've really seen that with the dominance of BTC this cycle. It's at 59%. Like, look at this. Like, it's just been up only. It's maintaining a lot of strength here. Do we see a bit of a correction? Sure, that might happen. Okay. 10%, maybe 20% correction. Yeah, inevitable. Definitely could happen. But I don't see it ever going below 50% again. I really don't. The adoption there, the ETF demand, I put a tweet out just before about the ETF demand of BTC, and it's absolutely nuts. It's been green for the past 2 weeks with millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. So again, is it starting to depeg itself from the rest of crypto? I would argue probably yes. We're starting basically if we were in alignment with the 2 previous cycles, we would expect a BTC top in this month, which is basically 545, 550 days since the halving. So again, who knows? We never know. But I do see liquidity. I mean, if you watch Raoul Paul and Co., they talk about liquidity and how there's time. There's time in this market into 2026. So again, we never know what can happen. But for now, I do think this bull market is being prolonged compared to the other bull markets. So that's great because, I mean, the longer it's a bull market, the more opportunities we have moving forward. But I do think BTC is starting to depeg a lot from the rest of the market. But something to be aware about is this, guys. Like, the longer you go upgrade, like, I mean, this is just absurd. Like, if you look at this, like, what are we? This is the 3 months. So this is a quarterly chart, guys. So if we just like compare this is how nuts it is. You got to remember, this market cap here is way higher than it ever was in the past, right? So the fact that we have like just like back to back bull flags breaking out. So one bull flag breakout, bull flag breakout, bull flag breakout. We're due for probably another correction at some point, whether that comes sooner or not. And that's the top of the market, more than likely, I would say. But if we have a look here, this is strength that you can't even compare. Sure, it might not be the same ROI, but like look at the trend here. We only went one wave up, okay, compared to other previous cycles. So same as here, one wave up, and then that was it. We've had multiple waves of cycles. So when people say BTC, honestly, I don't see BTC going to 200K this cycle. Like I see a lot of people, even 150K seems maybe. That's a lot of money. Like it's worth trillions of dollars, guys. It's one of the top assets literally out there. It's by market cap. Let's have a look at this. I haven't checked chat, so if there are any questions, hopefully I'll get to you guys soon. Any questions about VeChain? Any questions about anything? No questions. So I'll wrap it very shortly. But yeah, if we have a look at top assets by market cap, like, dude, this is nuts. It is literally number 6, number 7. So if you want to see it go even to 150K, that's 30. So that's about a fourth, which is a 25% move. 25%. So a quarter of 2.4 trillion is how much, guys? That's $600 billion. Where does that money come from? Okay, that's just to get to 150K. So again, can it get to 200K? Maybe. I just don't see it happening this cycle. I think maybe in future years, yes. I can see a cycle where a lot of people throw out the word super cycle. I could easily say, for me, Bitcoin, what a super cycle means is it doesn't draw down as much. We might only go to 74K. Okay. We might only go to 80K. Who knows? But 70 would probably be a pretty big level for me. If we come back and have a look at this chart, if we lose probably 50, I know it's a long way. Again, I'm future proofing, guys. I'm thinking about, this is what you need to do. You need to think about future proof as well. But basically, 70 would probably be a big level for me. Probably say 59-ish as well, around this liquidity here as well. But then worst case scenario, if it loses 48, that would be quite bearish. But I don't think we go that far. I mean, a big pullback to sort of 70 is about a 40% from here. Does that happen? Yeah, it could definitely happen in a bear market. Maybe end of 26, maybe into 2027. We'll see. But I do like BTC as the next sort of hedge for the next 5 to 10 years. As always, not financial advice. It's just a personal decision as well. All right, really quick. ETH obviously broke out of this trend a long time ago. It tapped obviously this box here, which is the previous highs, pretty much since Jan 2024. So over the past nearly 2 years now. So big level for it to tap and to break back above. I mean, we're on the quarterly. I could probably zoom in a little bit as well. But as you can see here, a lot of sell pressure on Ethereum. This is pretty much all-time high. So as you can see, we're in a really much a range here between sort of low 4s and obviously 4.9, where we stole this swing value. This is a swing value pattern on the monthly as well. So again, big level to hold. Stay patient. You need to remember this has been pretty crazy. It went from 1,400, went from 1,400 to 5K basically in the space of less than a year. So yeah, 120 days. So that's massive for the second largest token out there. But yeah, ETH, again, I'm still bullish on ETH. I've got a lot of ETH assets right now. And yeah, I do think it's playing catch up to the rest of the market. Solana, as I've said for ages, a big bearish wick from this resistance. I literally said that, guys. I said it for months, but as you can see, it broke down from there. Can it get up to here? Yeah, it probably can get back up to $300, maybe 260, or 260 first, 270. Let's have a look at what happens there. If it gets there, is it rejecting from this, which is a massive level? It's previous all-time high, last cycle, previous, excuse me, all-time high. This cycle, swing failure pattern there, bang, that saw that correction all the way to 90, and then rejection from here as well. So a lot of bearishness there. People coming back to Solana after BNB season with meme coins as well. But yeah, we still have a lot of room here on the monthly as well to continue higher. Token market cap. So the market cap in terms of supply for Solana has reached all-time highs again. The token itself has not reached all-time highs. It's definitely something to be aware of as an inflationary token. Outside that, staying bullish on a lot of things. I really like the Pengu chart here. Probably a little bit longer. I think it might consolidate here for a little bit longer. It's the 3-day that I'm watching. The pivot is 2.8, so we are above that. The 5-day, we need a little bit more room. So give it a week or two, and I think Pengu really starts to rally out this bull flag after a nice consolidation since July. So give me another few weeks. Let me get home. Let me get comfortable. Let me get over my jet lag, and then I do think something like this could be a good one, a long term. All right, a couple questions here. So we got one question from Panda. So with VeChain Gaming, all these partnerships, why do you think it remains stagnant? Oh, that's a really good question. I mean, like, you got to remember, like, these sort of tokens, right? They have a lot of overhead. So in other words, these are people, like, if you think about this, this was released way back in 2018, 2019, let's call it. So there's a lot of overhead here, people who probably bought up here and people who are like slowly sort of selling their price. So that's just classic price action. And what we've seen this cycle is a big shift between altcoins and actual utility. And so that's why partnering with them and bringing some enlightenment to the utility rather than the hype that crypto, like, I mean, meme coins of NFTs, like, it's just so speculative. It's so hype based. Like, it's actually good to see utility. We've seen a range of different protocols do really well this cycle as well. But basically, yeah, why do you think it remains stagnant? It's just the PSTD, if we want to call it that, from 2021. So again, it finally make moves. Look, again, I don't like to predict. I don't like to hypothesize on price action. I just do what the chart tells me, and that's what's helped me be really successful this cycle and my crypto journey. But yeah, as I said earlier in the stream, basically it's the bottom of a range here. So I would just treat this as a range probably. I mean, we've got a massive potential breakout here. I do think it probably needs at least the end of this month, maybe into the next month, before we could start to see this pivot towards the upside, which shows that stochastic is bottomed, right? If this pivot, if price gets above this pivot of 2.4, so 2.4 cents, then that shows that momentum could push back towards the upside. Again, this is on a monthly chart, so let's have a look. Weekly, it still needs to come back down, okay, so for a little bit, and its pivot's about 2.5. So yeah, give it a couple of weeks, and I do think that this could potentially challenge a breakout. Again, not predicting anything, just using my knowledge of charts and TA. Secondly, though, if we have a look, do we have any bullish or bearish divergence? Let's have a look. Let's see where you at. Yeah, let's have a look. On the monthly, no. On the weekly, we haven't seen any bullish divergences yet. On the 5-day, no bullish divergences. 3 days, no bullish divergences. And daily, no bullish divergences. So yeah, nothing just yet. I do think it could probably consolidate here for a little bit longer. But then again, we haven't seen altcoins do really well this cycle. So let's play it by ear. Let's see what happens. If we zoom out on high time frames, why do I like this level? Again, always zoom out high time frames first. Look at the monthly, then go down. Mark key levels on high time frames, because then you know what they're going to be. Maybe resistance where the potential TPs are. Okay, where stop losses should be set. Okay, but something like this is definitely not a bad sort of area for me to be looking. Again, you've got a double bottom potentially forming here. You've got a clear bottom of the range. Again, apologies, I'm I'm not on my usual setup, so I'm on a trackpad on a laptop, so it's definitely a lot more messy. But yeah, double bottom potentially. Maybe see a breakout. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of PTSD, as I said earlier, from people who probably bought this token last cycle, because it went crazy. I mean, a lot of altcoin charts did this, right? Like, this thing went up. What? It went from here in April 2020 at what, 0.005 to, oh my God, I can't even do the math. So basically it went up. It did a 9,260% move. So again, we'll wait and see. Could it rally up here? We've seen it twice already in the past year or two. Could it rally to the top of this range at about 0.05? Yeah, definitely. And that could be a really nice trade there. As always, not financial advice. Please do your own research. Trading crypto is very, very risky. All right, so thanks for the question, Ben. I appreciate it. All right, Keyblade, last question. Unless there's other questions, guys, I'll end the stream there. A nice half an hour stream. So been eyeing the vet chart for months, but I appreciate everything you do, fam. Your honest takes. You're welcome, mate. Keep it real here. That's the goal. I wish people kept it real for me in my first 2 cycles, but unfortunately that didn't happen. So I had to learn it the hard way. 7 years of tough journeys, but here we are today. But yeah, thanks, Keyblade. Appreciate it. Hope it's been well. Yeah, travel's been amazing, man. It's been so good to go overseas. This is probably the first time I've really unplugged for the past sort of 2 years. So it's nice to unplug a little bit. But I mean, I'm still been tweeting. I've still been trading. Still been trying to do a lot as well. So that's just crypto because it's 24/7. But appreciate you guys tuning in. All right, no more questions. So massive shout out to VeChain, as I said before. If you have any questions, guys, let me know in the comment section down below. More than happy, or you can send me a DM on Twitter at Greeny Trades. Outside that, we'll do another stream in a couple of days' time with VeChain again, just to, again, create awareness about their project and what they're doing within their ecosystem. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you want to watch the replay, go to Greeny Trades on YouTube and you can watch the replay. The first sort of 20 minutes is us discussing the ecosystem as well. Then we had about a 10-minute period of time there where it was about sort of other tokens, just majors really, and talking about crypto in general, about alts, about BTC, about ETH, about Solana. And I did throw in a little bit of Pengu in there as well because it's a chart that I don't mind the look of right now. As always, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will be back in Australia in 2 weeks' time, so I'll be back to daily live streaming. I have missed it. It's been good to have a break, but I am keen to get back very, very soon. So as always, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you in the next stream very, very soon. Have a